Hi, this is Barb from Stormy Acres. Meijer's had a sale on sweet corn this week. 8 for $1, and we are out of sweet corn in the pantry, and we like corn. So it's only May here in Michigan, so of course it's not locally grown because we're not going to have any until the fall, but it's okay. I'd rather eat this and can it than like a can of corn. It just does not taste right anymore eating it out of a metal can. So, but anyways, I have to shuck all of this corn, get it off the ears, and that's going to take me a while. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause this, but I am going to show you how I can sweet corn today. Okay, we are back now. I've got my corn all off the cob. Got that done. I've got my canning and pickling salt. You don't have to put salt in with your vegetables. I do, but you don't have to. It's not necessary. And then these are my jars. They're all washed. It's not necessary anymore really to sterilize it, so to speak, because corn has to be pressure canned. So this is a big pot of water because get your water boiling, because what you're going to do is you're going to put your corn in the jars, and then you're going to add water to it, and then you're going to pressure can it. And this is an All-American canner I bought last year. I love it. It's definitely worth the money if you're really going to get into canning like I have. So the Presto ones are just fine. If you're just starting out and you're not really sure, they're a lot less expensive, but I got this one on Amazon last year and I use it a lot. So we are going to take the corn, and I have my funnel here, and what we're going to do first is I'm going to try doing this one-handed. I don't have a camera yet, so right now I'm using my cell phone, but it's working. So corn, you don't want to pack it. You just want to kind of loosely put it in there. Oops. This is going to be really hard, sorry. We are going to try and do this without making this too hard for anybody to watch. And we are going to put it in there. You don't want to pack it down or tamp it down or anything like that. And with corn, according to the Ball Blue Book canning book, you want to have 1 inch of headspace. So, and this is the one I'm using. I'll show you right now. It's this one right here. But that's the one I'm using right now. And right here, I'm doing the raw pack. It works out just fine. I apologize for the noise in the back. That is our young chickens that are still in the house yet in the kitchen, waiting to go outside, which they should be ready pretty soon if it warms up outside. So, anyways, we are going to set this back. And what we're going to do now, I'm not going to show you every one. I'm going to show you the first one, and then I'm going to set the phone down so this isn't a long drawn out video. So we're going to take our water and we are going to pour it in the jar. And what you want is, okay, it's about 1 inch right there. We are going to put in a ½ teaspoon of salt, or thereabouts. And then you want to use a plastic stick to get all the air bubbles and stuff out, because you need to get the air bubbles out. Okay, and it looks pretty good there. So, one thing I did forget, sorry, we need a piece of paper towel. And we are going to you need to wipe the rim because of food particles or water that gets stuck on the rim, and it'll make your lid not seal good. So now, over here, I don't heat these up anymore. They say you don't have to, but I still put them into some warm water because, if I can get this one of them, my kids bought me some green and blue caps so that I can use. This is really hard doing this one-handed. And one fell. So we're going to try this now. Okay, anyways. So we have that on there, right? But back to that again. They bought me some green and blue lids because I'm putting some food in the fair, and they thought that would be really cool if we had some fancy colored lids for the fair. So now what you have to do is screw the cap on there, and just finger tight. Does not have to be real tight. So it's finger tight. And then you are going to set it in your canner that has about 2 to 3 inches of water in there. And I have hard water, so what I do, and most people do that have hard water, to get rid of the cloudiness that's on your jars when they come out, is to put some vinegar in there. So I just dump some in there. I don't know, it's half a cup, I guess, something like that. And I also put a couple tablespoons or whatever in the where I put my lids and stuff in. So, but I am going to finish the rest of these and get them in the canner, and I will show you what we do from there. All right, so we have 9 pints on the bottom. There's this is a 23 quart, I believe, so you can actually get 2 stacks of pints in here. You can get 7 quarts, or I think I've gotten 17 pints. So there's 9 pints on the bottom, and then there is 5 on the top, which is 14, and then I've had enough, not for a full pint, but just a half pint. So we got that in there too. So we have to close this up and seal it and bring it up to pressure. So I'm going to do that, and then when, oh, and actually I got it on backwards, because there's the pressure gauge. Got to be able to read that. So we are going to seal this down, and I am going to bring that up to boiling, and then this right here is going to start steaming, and then when that starts blowing out a full stream of steam, then I time it, and after that reaches a certain time, then I put my weight on it and process the corn when it reaches 10 pounds of pressure for my area. And I will be back. All right, I don't know if you could, there you can. See that? That is a steady stream of steam. Now that we have a steady stream of steam, we can take our weight, and there is a 5, 10, and a 15. We want 10 pounds of pressure, and we are going to put that on there. And then when this gauge finally reaches to 10 pounds pressure, then we can start timing. But this has to reach 10 pounds pressure, and this usually will start wiggling and jiggling and sissing and all that good stuff. So when that reaches 10 pounds, then we can time how long the corn is going to take to process. Okay, so my canner's reached 10 pounds pressure. The gauge is 10 pounds. That is wiggling and jiggling, And now I can start the process. For pints of corn is 55 minutes. So I usually turn my stove down a bit. I think it's around 8, something like that. But I do watch it. I do not leave. I stay and watch it. So I will set my timer. I can hit it for 55 minutes. And when that timer goes off, I will shut the stove off and we will let that get down to pressure, or I should say depressurize. And that's it. I will continue on when this is all done processing. Okay, this is already processed for 55 minutes. I shut off the gas. Let this cool down. You have to let this cool down until this is done making, letting any kind of, so it's not making, there's no pressure, no water behind it. This gauge is at 0. So now we're going to take the jars out, but this is very hot. So we're going to take that off. And I've already released these. So when you take the cover off a pressure canner, make sure you turn it, open it up away from you so you don't get burned, because there is a lot of steam. So we are going to set this down, and we can now take our jars out and set them down. And you always want to set them down on some kind of towel or anything. You don't want to set them directly on your counter because they will have a tendency to put that hot on that cold and your jars can crack. So what you do is you just take these all out, set them down on your counter, and you let them cool overnight, and you want them to seal. And I need to find something to get the bottom. I just use the back of a wooden spoon so I can get that, because you don't want to put your fingers in there. It's not fun to get a steam burn. So we will take the rest of these out. And you heard one pop already. That means it is sealed. But see how the jars, I don't know if you can see, I don't know if you ever had cloudy jars, it's because you have hard water and you need to put vinegar in there. And it does work wonders. If you forget, you can just take some vinegar or vinegar water or just water even, and just wash that cloudy residue off. Another one popped. I have forgotten before. It happens. So $3 for corn, and we got 14 pints and 1/2 pint. So we will let these sit overnight for 24 hours overnight. When I get home from work tomorrow, they should be all cool, and I will take the rings off, these right there, and just leave the seal on and then store them in my pantry. And of course I will take a marker and I'll write down what is in it, which you can see it's corn, but I still write what it is, and I put the date that I canned it, so that way it makes it easier for me to rotate. But $3, if you got canned Del Monte, $1 something a can, I don't know, I haven't priced them in years. I don't do it anymore. So, but anyways, thanks for watching.